Tough way to lose. Proud of our team. Thought our kids fought. It's hard to face them in the locker room knowing how hard they played. Look them in the eye, and a lot of tears in there, and there should be. Because when you invest the way our guys invest and you work the way our guys work, then it ought to hurt. And it does, So, but proud of this football team. Come on the road against a top 25 team and had our chances. So just gotta find a way to make one more play. But you start a true freshman left tackle, probably the hardest position on offense to play in a hostile environment against a great defensive line. And I thought Matt Bedford did an awesome job in his first start. And then you started freshman quarterback, his first road game in conference play, and you saw the way Mike Penix played. So thought Coach DeBoer, Caleb did a great job with the game plan to be able to maximize the things that we thought we could do against them, and we're effective in that regard. So just disappointing to not be able to get that stop at the end of the half and stop at the end of the game. To me, those were kind of the two things that sealed our fate. So, but a lot of positive things, and we'll continue to focus on that, which we need to do to keep growing as a football team. But there's, I love that football team, that locker room. Period. Questions?
Matt, go ahead. Matt Cohn.
Coach, you kind of talked about this, but with the performance of some of your younger players at T1, Mullen, Michael Penix, that kind of give you a sense of kind of validation for what you've been building here over the past couple of years?
No question. We're for real. We ain't going nowhere. We're young. Third youngest team in the Big Ten, period. And you just saw how we competed. We didn't show up just to compete. We came to win. We were one play away from winning. So yeah, I'm proud of this team. Proud of how we recruited. That ain't gonna stop. Proud of what we're building and the way we're building it. Just disappointed.
Coach,
Zach.
can you be a little more specific about how the decision to start Mike played out and how the week went, and then of course just what your thoughts were on how he played?
Yeah, obviously, always the most important thing is the welfare of our players. So we don't want to put a guy out there that's not ready to play, and very systematic process we went through to decide if he was ready. He didn't practice every day, but he practiced enough to where we felt comfortable playing him and starting him. I really didn't know if he's going to be able to go the whole game, to be real honest with you. I had Peyton ready if we needed to do that. And so, we just go through and you evaluate with our medical staff, and they did a phenomenal job of helping him rehab and get to the point where he could play. And so we just kind of gauged it each day, one day at a time, and see how he felt the next day, and then kind of so forth, so on, and got through Thursday, and then see how he felt even as soon as yesterday to know where he was at. And so that was just kind of the process we went through to figure out if he was able to go. And he felt really good. But to me, the biggest thing is to be able to do what he did in this environment, with just really a couple games under his belt and really nothing similar in regards to the opponent or, he played a little bit in the Penn State game a year ago, but not on the road, So just really impressed by the way he performed. But so we just felt like he was ready, and it was a team effort, everybody involved, and like I said, we tried to communicate as best we could to everybody and make the best decision for our team. So,
Zach and Taylor.
I recognize this is kind of a tough thing to answer in the immediate aftermath, but you talk about feeling like you were just one or two plays away. How do you, if at all, address maybe the one or two maybe just slide overthrows that look like they might have busted for long gains, the interception that looked like it might have turned into a touchdown, those kinds of things, or is that just something you want to kind of wipe and not carry with them in terms of maybe it haunting them deeper into the season?
Well, you always go back and you got to evaluate, and there's things that there's calls you make as a coach that you kind of wish you had back, and there's situations that you don't execute. But I still, we got to continue to it's about executing in those key moments, whether it's the end of the half, end of the game, and just keep finding ways. We're getting, the gap's getting closer and closer, to be able to have those young guys. Just to me, it's just making those one-on-one catches, those one-on-one, defending the ball. The ball's right there. We're right there, and so we're getting better and better every week. Just the way we ran the football against that. I know it's 70 yards, but but those are 70 tough yards, you know. But and part of our game plan was the perimeter game. And to me, those were they don't count as runs in the stats, but those are runs by how we design things. So getting the ball out on the perimeter to our receivers and then blocking for each other. So I mean, just go back and look at all that stuff, you know. But to me, there's a lot to build off of, and you know, it's just so disappointing because these guys, man, this is, you know, you're so stinking close. But you know, we're not going to get discouraged, disappointed, but not discouraged.
Taylor and Peaks.
Coach, you already talked about Matt Bedford, and the offensive line seemed to open up some holes and get a little bit of leverage today against a tough defensive line from Michigan State. Was that success based more on schematics, or was it based on just kind of the different group that was together and Matt Bedford's performance?
Well, first of all, you know, I think Matt Bedford's going to be a great offensive lineman. You know, I've said that from the beginning. He's got a lot to learn, and I wasn't sure. I thought he might be a rough day at the office for him in some ways, just because of who he was going against. But because there were some times in practice the last couple of weeks where if you'd have told me that he was going to come out and start at Michigan State, I'd have been, uh-oh, you know. So, but he responded, you know, and I think when you lose a guy like Coy, I think you just pull together. I'm telling you, I've just seen it happen time and time again, and I hate that we lost him, and we're definitely it's going to hurt us moving forward, but you know, the guys got to step up. You know, I think that Simon took it personal. He stepped up. Caleb stepped up. And Hunter stepped up. And Harry stepped up. And all those guys just elevated their focus and level of play. But I also, you know, I think you know, our coach did a good job schematically, kind of giving us some things there and taking advantage of what they're giving us. And you know, as every game passes, you get more information. You know, you know more what you're going to see. And I think that helps us because we, you know, can do some good things and figuring that out. And I thought our receivers played really well and caught a lot of, you know, tough balls but we dropped some, you know, too. So he is kind of, you know, those are frustrating. But I just think that a guy like Matt, man, it's just, gosh, I'm telling you, that's tough. That's a tough task for him to be thrust into, you know, because he's not even a seasoned offensive tackle. I mean, he played D tackle in high school most of the time. And so just moved his senior year. So he's got a very limited rep base at that position. But he's as good as he wants to be, you know, and he's an amazing kid and works extremely hard. And his biggest fault is he just takes things too personal and gets too hard on himself, you know, and he just needs to, we're trying to work on him. Hey, just play the next play, not dwelling on the last play or the last two or three plays ago. It tends to do that. But you know, Coach Hiller, I think, is an amazing O-line coach that does a great job teaching. I believe in him. That's why I brought him here, and he's going to get those guys ready. And so it's their job every week to be able to help us run the football and go score points. And so, you know, it gets, you know, 31 points against this defense is tough to do. I'm telling you, just gets everybody else has to play against them. So, but you know, it just wasn't enough, which is really tough.
Peaks and Jim.
More so in the first half, you struggled a little bit with the pass defense, especially seemed like when they tripled up three guys on one side and so forth. Is that just getting single coverage on them?
Yeah, I mean, they did a little, you know, we got names for those formations that they use, and you know, they're obviously trying to rub you off, and we have different things you can do. And you got, it's kind of it's a catch-22 in some ways, and so you can play different, you know, zone concepts around it, but it ends up being a match man in some ways, and they have beaters for those too, you know. So I mean, to me, at the end of the day, you know, you gotta decide how you gotta have some variance, which we do, but you also gotta win one-on-ones, you know. So, but I believe in that. That's how we play, you know. So you don't sit here and second guess the very way that you have built your defense, you know. So, but you gotta win those one-on-ones. And Tyler Mullen is another true freshman that just, that kid ain't very big, but he's a tough sucker, and he just makes plays. And, you know, 25 is a big receiver. He's a really good receiver. I think he's the leading receiver in the Big Ten, you know. So, but, and he's got a big frame on him, you know. So, but, hey, we don't mind. We're going to find guys that want these challenges, and he's one of them, and that's how we're going to play. And we'll go back and evaluate, and we'll get better from this for sure. But, yeah, I stand by what we do and the way we do it. It'll
Jim,
pay
then we'll
off.
close with Tom.
I know there are no moral victories, but with all the youth that you've talked about, what is it that you want those guys to take from this game Monday morning?
Just how much it hurts, you know, just how much it hurts. And just the fact that, you know, as I just shared with you, and did you do every possible thing? You You know, we got some guys that this is their first time traveling and they didn't play a whole lot, and I'm not sure that they really understand, hey, I could have been in the game on that last drive, you know, and just still teaching those young guys. And then what do you do during the week and how you prepare. And that's where you just got to keep teaching your guys, you know. And so, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, it was a tough loss. We came here to win, you know, and we went for it on fourth down early. They stopped us, and then we got a takeaway. We stopped them on fourth down. And that very next drive, and we had a fake punt ready to roll, and other fakes and other things we wanted to do. So we came here to let her rip and win the game, you know. So, but yeah, I'm just, you know, that doesn't mean I'm not proud of our guys, you know, just because you lose a tough one. You're not conceding anything when you say that. You just, you know, your kids fought their tails off and gave you everything they had, and you just got to find a way to make one more play.
Tom Brew, last one.
Coach, can you talk about just those last couple of minutes of the first half there, and the special teams issue, and then the quick series and that, where they basically got an extra touchdown there. That, you know, how big was that?
Well, I mean, the touchdown right before the half. We always talk about how you finish out the half, and just that. I was hot when we came in off the field on that, and just missing that check that we should have got, you know, and then we had a mistake on a special team. But that's where you've got to continue to just flush through all those, you know, communications, and you won't have any issues with how many guys you got on the field and who's supposed to be out there and all those different things. And even that, you think about the punt return that they got called back, you know, and because of the holding, then we got the ball. And we lost, how many yards did we lose there? Probably 45, 50 yards. In field, was it 60? 61. I mean, that makes it even worse. I mean, it was just, to me, that was the game changer right there, you know, and they called holding on our guys. I mean, I'm gonna go back and watch it, but you know, that just those are tough. Those change the game, you know, and we just got to coach our guys up on that. And I don't know how many times we had a couple blocks in the back last week, but we haven't had holdings on our punt return unit. So, but at the same time, I mean, that to me, that's the bigger issue. Just little stuff like that, you know, in these kind of games. I mean, those decide the outcome, you know. And I just, you know, gosh, yeah. But my kids put it all out there, and just go back, evaluate it, and get better.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Spread the
Elio.
players out.